Hello, this is Harry. Welcome again to a senior's perspective with a twist. Our subject for today is seniors and regrets. Regrets, things we didn't do for whatever reason. Um, what the term regret means to feel sad or sorry about something you did or didn't do or were unable to do in the past. And regrets for us as seniors bring anguish and grief, sorrow. They cause our heart to be broken. And this term that we're looking at today is not a term that's unsolvable. It doesn't mean that we have to live with this for the rest of our lives. Yet, this is a common theme for seniors in our latter years. Even in our golden years, we have regrets. Now, there are some individuals who will say, I don't have any regrets. I kind of doubt that. There's something in your past that I would think you wanted to get done and you weren't able. No matter what someone tells you that they were successful in every single thing they did or set out to accomplish, or people that they had relationships with, that every single thing worked out. If they tell you that, I think they're missing something. But again, regrets for us as seniors, it's common. The issue is how do we deal with regrets? Do we just live with it and continually let it eat at us? Is that how we should live the rest of our days? About a regret that we have? It may be one regret, it could be several. But regrets need to be dealt with in the right way. I'm looking right now at my notes, not to get myself confused about what I want to say. Let me say it this way. What is the point of regret? What's the point? You think about it. You're upset about it. You have a certain emotion about something in the past. Well, as I look at relationships, at lost opportunities, at failure to reconcile with others, these are regrets that we may have. And Jesus said in John 8:11, go and sin no more. And I'm making a point by using that reference. And that is, it's possible to change. You have a regret about something, even though it's in the past, there may be an opportunity to change that. And if there's not, what do, senior? Do you keep living with it? Do you keep letting it gnaw on the inside of you? And the answer to that is no. Nobody wants to live like that. I would think in their right mind, you don't want to live with that thing keep eating at you, keep working on you, because you won't let it go. There are times when we need to let things go. Think about it. Address it. If you can make it right, make the attempt to do that. Make it right. If you can. There's some regrets we have that we can't do a thing about. Time has passed. The opportunities passed. You can't do nothing about it as a senior. And we need to recognize that. by now we should have gotten some wisdom and some understanding in our living that sometimes there's nothing you can do about the past. Oh, we can say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. And maybe that's true from our heart. But the fact is, you still can't do a single thing about it. I'm talking about some issues, not all. There are some issues we can address, and we can do something about them. But first, let's deal with the ones that are gnawing at us, and we can't do anything about. A relationship that we had. It could be a failed marriage. It could be a failed relationship with a friend. Even a failed relationship with our own children, our own offspring. Some we're not speaking to. Some children have gone away and haven't called. You'd love for them to call, but they haven't for whatever reason. And we regret that. We would love to have our relationship with our children renewed, or with that friend, or even with that ex. Do you know there are some exes, I'm talking about husbands and wives, who have been married, didn't get along, divorced, some time passed, and those same individuals reconcile, they reconciled their differences and got remarried. Now I know a whole lot of y'all saying that'll be the day. I don't want them back. Okay. I'm not trying to force anything on you. I'm just pointing out that some people have resolved their regrets, and they have, come back to that mate that they were once married to, didn't get along for whatever reason. They had like in court, they had irreconcilable, I think that's how you term it, differences. And yet they were able to right the ship. They were able to get back on, the one that they said they loved, that they married, fell out of love with, got divorced for whatever reason, and then time passed. Notice I didn't say how much time. That depends on the individuals. Could be weeks, months, years, but they found their way back to one another. Their regrets were resolved. Evidently, they had some kind of regret for them to come back together. I would think anyway. That's logical in my thinking. But sometimes these are common regrets that I've said: lost opportunities, broken relationships, failure to reconcile with other people because of differences that we had. Sometimes we have regrets because we did not show enough love as we could have, as we maybe even should have. We didn't do it, and we have regrets about it, and we think about it, and it gnaws on us, works on us, and we have sorrow and grief. But again, there may be an opportunity for you to resolve your regret. Sometimes we have regrets even about our health. I wished I'd have taken better care of myself. And look at me now. I'm, for the rest of my days, in this chair. We think that way. I can no longer play tennis because I didn't take the doctor's advice. And I regret not listening and following his instructions. These are things that come to us as seniors. So I suppose we might ask the question, what seniors can do about their regrets? I'm glad you asked. First of all, we can acknowledge the feeling and emotions that regrets bring. They do bring a sense of emotion. Male, female, man or woman, don't matter. We all got feelings and emotions about things that we failed at, or opportunities that we didn't take advantage of. and we have emotions about them, but we need to acknowledge that. Just simply acknowledge it. Hey, I messed up. Hey, I didn't do the right thing. It's my fault. Ownership. Or it was your fault, or their fault, but I'm in this boat. And now I can point the finger at them all I want, but that ain't going to change nothing. Acknowledge that in your head and in your heart. And then maybe, just maybe, you can move forward in your thinking. Now, I'm going to say this, and I should have said it at the beginning. Make this disclaimer. I'm not no specialist, professional. I'm speaking from the heart and my own personal experiences. So if you need a therapist, you need a professional, then I advise you to go seek one and get your help that you need so you can live your life with quality and not just quantity of years, but quality. In other words, your heart. You can think about other things instead of something that you failed to do and you regret it, but it lingers on and you can't get things. I mean, every day it's on your mind and on your heart. Get that resolved. Go seek some help if necessary. But that's the first thing. Acknowledge your feelings and your emotions. Acknowledge them. Secondly, if possible, make amends. I know it may have been years ago. You still owe your buddy $50 and y'all ain't been speaking and you got regrets. Go pay him the $50. Well, somebody might say, all them years, it interest is on it. Okay, whatever. Just, if you can right the wrong, make an attempt to amend that issue that caused separation. And you've been wanting for years to get on the phone and call your buddy, but y'all ain't speaking no more because y'all had a falling out and you regret it. Well, now's the time to do something about it. Get on the phone. Go to their house. Well, I say call them first. And have the $50 ready to pay them too. But make amends if you can. Now, I know there's some situations where there's nothing you can do as far as changing what happened. Yeah, that happens. That happens. Where there's certain things that have happened in the past and there's nothing you can do to change it. Maybe you hit somebody with your fist. Broke a bone in their face or something like that. You know, I'm just saying. There's some things you can't change. But you can attempt to make amends. Don't leave that out. That's a possibility. And even if you fail in your attempt, at least you tried. You can have that on your mind. Yeah, I failed in trying to make amends. It's been years, but I tried to make amends when I realized that I was wrong. Or that even if they were wrong, I still tried to make amends. That way we can go to our graves knowing that we did try to do something. So again, I repeat the steps that I'm giving. First, acknowledge your emotions, feelings about that regret. And then secondly, if you can, try to make some amends. And then thirdly, as I said earlier, seek professional help. Sometimes some people have allowed these things to bother them so long that they're not sleeping right. They're thinking about it either every day or every other day, or it pops up whenever they're stressed or strained about another situation that's similar. Go seek some help. Get some professional help if you need it. That therapist can maybe help you reason out in your mind your emotions and help you separate reality from something that's grown in our imaginations. And again, I'm not making little a fact of something that has happened in the past. We're talking about getting control because of regrets. about what has happened and how we need to be able to live our lives without regrets. So, yeah, I picked this subject because regrets are real and they do affect people sometimes. And sometimes a person may not even realize that regrets are affecting other parts of their lives because they've allowed unsettled issues to sort of like a weed to get planted and to grow and grow and grow until it pushes out, saneness and critical thinking about, things that are facts and things that we imagine and they just throw us off. So I've given those 3 points. 4th point, focus on the present. Yeah, I messed up back there. Yeah, things didn't go right back there, and I regret that. But you can't think about that all. You got a life to live. You don't want to live your life thinking about all your regrets, things that happened in the past. Focus on what's going on now. Focus on your grandchildren. Focus on that opportunity that's coming your way. Stop thinking about the past. Focus on the present and what you can do to make the present better for yourself, instead of focusing on what's been in the past. Move forward. And then the last one, and this is going to take being a man, being a woman to do this one. Where possible, go and apologize for what you done. I don't know what it might be, but if you can apologize, you're sitting there talking with that person, and you think about a regret that you had, the person you're sitting there talking with don't even realize it, that you're having this regret. You might bring it up. Hey, so-and-so, you remember back when we were going down, downtown, and somebody said something out of a car, and I thought they were talking to you, but they were actually talking to me, and a squabble ended up between you and I about who they were talking to, and we ain't spoken for a while, and I'm in your presence. I just want to apologize. I want to make things right. If you remember that event that took place, I just made that up, but I'm saying things that are that have happened in the past, and we realize it, and we come in contact with that individual who was involved, and we have the opportunity to say, I'm sorry. Do it. It could make things a lot better in our lives, seniors. So what I'm saying is, we all have regrets. At least I think if you're a logical thinking person, and you're halfway on top of your game, you realize everything has not went right in your life. You've made some boo-boos. You've said some things you shouldn't have said. You've withheld love from maybe someone that really needed it, and you did it on purpose. We do things sometimes. Everything's not accident that we do to other people. Sometimes we do things on purpose, and the reason we do it, we want to hurt people sometimes. I know, because I wanted to hurt people whom I thought have hurt me. I wanted to get even. Don't act like you haven't done that. If you're human, you've done it. If you're a human being, you've done that. You've had issues with other people. And sometimes we do want to get even. We do want to be heard. And we'll do it any way we can. And if hurting the other person, we're not thinking right when we do it that way, is convenient enough for us, we'll do it. Because we're human beings. But when we get the opportunity at our age, come on now, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, we should have learned something by now. Regrets. We all got them. And if you don't, maybe you haven't lived long enough. Maybe you haven't done enough. Maybe you haven't been around people enough. But we all got regrets. And sometimes they do affect us in the negative way, if and when we let them. So seniors, let's live life better by resolving those regrets. If we don't do no more than just say, I'm tired of this thing that I did long ago, and ain't nothing that I can do to correct it. But you know what? I'm going to stop thinking about it. Yeah, we think about regrets that we have, and there's nothing we can do about it. Can't change it. But stop thinking about it. Let it go. Let it go by. Bye-bye. I ain't thinking about you no more. I got some that I was talking in a Bible study with some men, and I brought up, because somebody in the class brought up about things they'd done in their past. And I thought about something in my past, and I was thinking this way. Satan always bringing that to my mind, something I did that wasn't good. And they were saying, some of the men in the class said, forget it. Let it go. And you know what? Since I've let it go, my mind is so relieved. Yeah, I did that thing. And it wasn't right. But I don't think about it no more, because Christ has forgiven me. And if he's forgiven me, why can't I forgive myself? So I don't think about it no more. It's behind me. Passe. Bye-bye. Don't think about it. That's a regret I had. Okay, I've talked enough. So, seniors and regrets that we have, let them go bye-bye. Resolve them if you can. And then life can be sweeter in the days that we have left as seniors. So I say thank you for watching this video. If you have not subscribed, I ask that you would subscribe to my channel. If you have a comment you'd like to make, feel free to make your comments. We welcome them. I say thank you and have a good day.